All right, let's begin. This is crazy.
Diagnosed sociopath, and this is how I seduce people. I make sure that when I leave my house, I'm dressed impeccably. I cannot overstate how important this is. When I walk into a place, I walk in like I own the place. This could be a bar, a restaurant, or even the
Oh my God, Father Alex is not a sociopath. Hey, relax.
supermarket. I have a background in pageants, so I know how to walk confidently and seductively. You need to have your shoulders rolled back, your sternum facing forward. I've seen so many beautiful women walking around hunched over, and it just makes you look like you're lower value, that
That's very true. That's very true.
you're not very confident in yourself. It's very important to appear. If I see somebody that I actually like and want to talk to, and I'm with my friends, I make myself somewhat more welcoming so that the person doesn't think that I am going to go in and reject him right
less
away.
psychopathic.
This kind of open body language expresses the desire to want to talk. Of course, I would never make the first move. I think this is something that undervalues you as a person or as a
What's funny is that as a sociopath, you sort of instinctively don't want to do that because of ego, right? You get what I'm saying? Like you could sort of see how a sociopath would never make the first move because of ego, not because of strategy. And this is why I say sometimes the most unexpected source understands what we're all trying to understand, right? And I could totally see how narcissists, for example, that's why they're so attractive, because they never come back. Like they have so much ego that they'll rather die than to give you the last laugh. And that, if you don't know who they are and they behave that way, you're gonna unconsciously think, oh wow, this person they must have options, when in reality they're just narcissistic.
woman. A confident man will find a way to start a conversation with you. When you're in this conversation, it's very important not to be dogmatic, but it's also important to not be too agreeable. It shows a lack of assurance within yourself that you cannot talk about a topic without being swayed immediately. I talk about myself very rarely, and I offer only the smallest bits of information.
Oh my God, Father Alex is a psychopath. I literally teach this shit. I literally teach this shit. Sorry, sociopath. I don't know the difference sometimes. I struggle with the difference, to be honest with you.
I like to remain mysterious, and men love to talk about themselves. I guess people in general just like to talk about themselves.
Just people in general, even women, right? This is why I'm a post this on the guys channel, because sociopathic game is game. Right? You got to game like a sociopath, right? Without the sociopathy.
And that's a very important tool for you to use later on. The next phase, past the initial flirting, is dating. During this phase, love bombing is the most important.
All right, we're gonna go back to that because that's wild.
Is dating. During this phase, love bombing is the most important thing that you can focus on. Now, when I love bomb, it is not always intentional, but it is very powerful. I give people compliments, attention, affection, the kind of love that they're looking for. I can read a person and tell what they're insecure about and what they want to be reassured about. And this is not hard for me at all. Love bombing is a stage where you send messages, you call each other, you spend so much time together. Their dopamine is through the roof because of all of the compliments that they're getting. Such a fabulous time for them because it feels like they're the most interesting person in the world. And we make sure you feel that you are the most interesting person in the world. And I've never felt like this about anybody else.
And that's the thing, is that this, and I say this not as an insult to people with low self-esteem, because a lot of people say this and they'll say it almost like as a way to separate themselves and say, oh, I'm special. But this only works on people with low self-esteem. Like it only works that way, because any normal person who receives this will say, whoa, dude, like Jesus Christ, man, like not even my own mama likes me like that, you know? And that's why this is not for everyone. What this is good if you want to get yourself a low self-esteem person to control. Good. And look, man, if that's what you want and you don't want a long-term relationship, there's a lot of low self-esteem people who are willing to give you control. Like that's the thing. Like I don't even say that from a moralistic perspective. Like there's people who like the pain, right? And if you don't give them that pain, they'll go find someone that to give it. And so these strategies that she's teaching will attract submissive people. It's perfect if that's what you want. Love bombing. I never love bomb because it feels needy and creepy. But I do wonder who would that have worked on in my past.
The goal here is to release dopamine. You want this person to feel incredible every time they're around you and every time they speak to you. The next step is false promises.
Oh, she's laughing.
I've made a lot of promises that
nothing gets you emotional than somebody breaking a false promise. Look at the way with the Trump thing, right? Where Trump supporters are turning on Trump because he broke his promises, right? And that is it'll piss them off, but they'll give you an opportunity to make it up for them, to fulfill your promises, while becoming more attached.
I had no intentions of carrying out. Don't know the extent of all of them because there have been so many, but the most common was offering lavish vacations that I would fly them out and we'd go to a really stunning resort or hotel.
She would fly them out. Time out. Let me look at this. Let me make sure I didn't listen to this one before. Because, no, we didn't. Okay, all right.
Of course, I had no intentions of doing this. I also told guys that I could get them into modeling agencies, and these guys were often like 5'10", and it was like, you know, it's not gonna happen. But the ego boost that they got from these false promises kept them so attached to me.
So it's the ego boost. Okay. That makes a lot of sense. So she's not looking for connection. She's looking for dopamine. Pretty much like a drug, because you gotta understand, like if you take a drug, most of the good feelings is not gonna come because you're connecting with someone. It's gonna come because you're releasing dopamine. It's a very selfish experience, right? And it doesn't create a connection with the person that's releasing the dopamine. Actually, it creates resentment. In fact, so what she's creating is attachment with resentment. Because I can promise you, the guys or girls, because I think she dates girls that she dates, fucking hate her guts. They hate her guts because what that is emotional manipulation, and you're a crackhead. So it's like a crackhead. Like every crackhead hates their dealers. How does Father Alex know that? I don't know, man. I'm not a crackhead.
A powerful motivator. Now, once you're past the false promises, you need to start future faking. This one is fun and something that also I have done with pretty much everybody. Guys have told me that they want to marry me and that they want to have children with me and move into a house in the suburbs, and they have made tangible plans to do this. This is not just once, by the way. The occasion that I'm talking about, there was a guy and I was dating him briefly. I had no intentions of dating him seriously because I go for a specific type and he just wasn't it. He kind of forcibly made me meet his parents. We went to his home. He needed to go pick something up and I was like, okay, sure. Anyway, so we get in and his parents are right there. And so I've met the family and we're making plans to move in together and, you know, start a family soon. I blocked and deleted him the next day. I've done this so many times. Future faking gets people so invested and attached, and that's exactly what you want for your next stage. For those
for your next victim. So clearly with her, look, dude, like we all know, man. I don't try to be too judgmental with them because, you know, they are the way they are, and I don't think they could change it. But whatever, man. Like her connection is little hits of like, ooh, I got him. Ooh, yeah. Today I still got it. And at the cost of what? Of that dude feeling fucking horrible. Like, I've encountered women like this. I really do think I have. And I was unaware that you usually encounter these women online. I could promise you she meets people online. These women who add you and then block you as soon as they say yeah, they're doing it on purpose. Those guys that do that, they're doing it on purpose. Like, people underestimate how mean people can actually be on purpose. And it has not and the fucked up part is that people think that there's something wrong with them, and it's like, no. If you actually knew the full story, you wouldn't feel bad. We got Satan incarnate here, ghosting people just to fuck with them, and she likes it. She's giggling. She's giggling. Oh my God, Father Alex has been hurt. Yeah, I've been hurt, motherfucker. Damn.
Don't block and delete. I leave the door partially open and play the hot and cold game. Don't underestimate how powerful this is as a tool. When you start showing people the attention that you did back in your love bombing stage, they become very attuned to it. They beg for every morsel of your attention because only you can validate them the way they need to be validated at this point. Nobody else.
Yeah. Oh God, I am a psychopath. Holy shit. Remember when I talked about that? If you're the one that inflicts pain, well then you're the only one that can validate them. But the only way that this works is that if they stay unhealed, right? Once people grow out of it, they start to see the bullshit that you're doing, right? So this only stays. People will only stay attracted to you as long as they stay asleep in pain. You're creating exploitive. Look, dude. Look. This is what I see. If you're looking for something temporary and you just want a good fling, holy shit. Okay, but this shit will get you in trouble. Like, this is how some people slash tires.
Releases that kind of positive emotion in them, the surge of dopamine and serotonin. This is directly from their interactions with you. Now, you turn this off. They will be crawling desperately to get that back. They will take any sliver of it, the tiniest amount, will make them satisfied. And this is how you get them attached to you and lower their value. They will inherently believe that they're lower value than you because
why am I doing this video on the Sunday?
you're the one who's in control of how much attention is being shared. At this point, you might develop a few stalkers or two. I mean,
yeah, and they'll want to get revenge on your goofy ass. That's the problem, is that you get people who hate you. They're the type to post stories on Instagram about you, like you know, like that's how guys and that's how people get crazy, man. Like these. In fact, if you do this on a girl, some of these girls, for example, they might start clock. You know what I mean. I don't want to say it on camera. They might start doing self-destructive things, and I don't like this because if people had drug addictions and you do this on them, it might cause them to relapse. It might cause them to do things that are that is of their lower self, and it's like hurt people, man. Hurt people.
I think it's happened.
Look at her, she's laughing
Frequently. There's another guy that I was dating. I won't say his name. I accidentally broke up with him on his birthday. And so he was parked outside my house for multiple hours. And he refused to leave until I came out to talk to him. Safe to say, I never went out to talk to him and he eventually had to drive home. Sometimes I unblock these guys and mess with them again when I get bored. It's always so much fun. And they always respond to it. They're so desperate. Yeah,
because she chooses, like she fulfills one of the laws of the art of seduction, which is choose the right victim. She will not tolerate self-esteem.
Fantastic. I of course do not do this to women. I want to make that clear because I treat women extremely well in my personal relationships with them. A very crucial factor in this is never giving out sexual favors. Do not partake in any sexual activity with these people. Date multiple people at a time. Let them take you out for free lunches and dinners and all of that lovely shit. But do not sleep with them. Do not.
Oh my God, this girl's going to hell. Because it actually is it's actually a law of power. Let me find this clip right here. What's it called? Do not commit to anyone. Laws of power. Yeah, what she's saying is so true, actually. I think it's law 20, right? Let's find it. Because what it does is that it keeps them at bay. I was literally reading about this the other day, right? It keeps people at bay. And it keeps them wanting more.
Do not commit to anyone. Judgment. It is the fool who always rushes to take sides. Do not commit to any side or cause but yourself. By maintaining your independence, you become the master of others, playing people against one another, making them pursue you. Part
Yeah.
1.
Yeah.
Do not commit to anyone.
Let's keep reading this one. We might do that, but we might do that chapter in today's church service. So on Patreon.
Give them that power. The reason they are chasing you so much.
Wait a minute. Did you just say give them the power?
But be courted by all. If you allow people to feel they possess you to any degree, you lose all power over them. By not committing your affections, they will only try harder to win you over. Stay aloof, and you gain the power that comes from their attention and frustrated desire. Play the virgin queen. Give them hope, but never satisfaction.
That's so yo. I promise you, she didn't read that. I promise you, she was born and knew that.
Only the validation, happiness, but of course they want to sleep with you. And if you give that over, what bargaining chip do you have at this point? Now, when I get really bored of someone, I start breadcrumbing. I start leaving out little bits of, love and affection, and they will follow me to the ends of the earth to get it. Eventually, I get too tired to keep up with this needy, stupid person who won't leave me the fuck alone. And I discard. I will cut off all contact, and they will be like, she just vanished into thin air, which I often do. And now you may think that I'm evil for how I behave, and I'm not going to blame my personality disorder for what I do, because we've talked about accountability on this channel. I am accountable for the things that I do. I cannot blame it on ASPD. I may have a
Yeah, I mean, we can't say all sociopaths will do that. We can't stereotype, but we all can learn from them. And we all can learn how to avoid people like that. And again, look, man, I'm not here to talk bad about this girl. It's a curse to be like that. You know what I'm saying? I wish her well. I hope she finds happiness. I hope she finds someone that treats her well, and I hope she treats them well, because she scares me. You know what I'm saying? She scares me a little bit. I'm not even gonna lie. Oh man, what man? We're gonna do today we're gonna be recording a church service, and I think we might keep people dependent on you. So hopefully we could upload it by. I'm gonna upload a clip here today so you guys can watch it, and hopefully you guys can watch the whole Patreon video by becoming a Patreon supporter. Anyways, man, you guys be safe, man. I'm really liking where we're taking this channel right now. This is really fun reacting to these videos, man. Because they get to say the evil shit, and I get to act shocked. What? You're gonna inflict pain? I would never teach something like that. Lord heavenly, right? Right? It's one of the laws of power. Keep your hands clean. Let other people do the dirty work for you. Do you give off Terminator vibes because you're so masculine? Or do you give off nice girl, creepy, and needy vibes because you're just too feminine? The problem is that both sides suffer greatly in their business life, relationships life, and friendships with family and friends. And if you don't know how to fix that, you will repeat the same pattern your whole life and never escape. Well, guess what? I have a course for you, and it's called The Feminine Woman. It's pretty much a course on how to increase your self-esteem through practical means, not through giving you guys affirmation and wishing that you stop being Terminators or you stop being needy and creepy goldfish. No, I'll give you practical things that by you doing this, if you're too masculine, I swear, people will say there's something in you. You look more relaxed. You're just more comforting. You become more emotionally open because I teach you guys those strategies. It's a 5-week course. If you're too masculine, you are successful in life. You are successful in business, but you struggle with connecting. And so that course will give you practical things that if you're a Terminator, you'll come out human, people. Like you'll just give off a more relaxed vibe. It's what I did in my life to heal me from my toxic masculinity. It's a 5-week course, and in that I teach you guys how to let go of the past. I teach you guys how to use your feminine energy to influence without being too sexual, which might sabotage you. I'll teach you guys how to use the masculine to be assertive without scaring people off, because sometimes it could be too much. It's a course that balances those things out. Okay, so if you go Bronx mode, if you're too Beverly Hills mode, I'll teach you guys how to go Bronx mode, or better yet, south side of Chicago type of shit. Well, now you're just a serial killer right there, right? And with this course has a 30-day money back guarantee, and if you purchase it, you guys also get access to my to the Zoom meditation group where we both meditate, or we all meditate on a weekly basis, and you guys get access to the WhatsApp group. And it's really a good course. If you guys don't like it, just ask for your money back. I mean, you guys can see the reviews right here. A lot of people like those reviews, and you'll see the results. And if you don't see the results, then I'll just give you your money back. Like, I'm not gonna scam you guys if it doesn't work, but I know it's gonna work. So you do that now. Don't end up like Frida Kahlo. All right? Don't do that shit. Y'all just think you guys can break my rules and tell people you watch my channel. You can't do that, okay? So purchase that right now. It's a lifetime. You get lifetime access to that course, and I'll see you guys inside. Take care. Let's continue with the video.